Alright, we're going out shed hunting today. Thought I'd make a video on tips, how to find sheds, what to look for, where to go. So I'm going to go up to an area that I went 2 weeks ago. It's a nice day out, bright and sunny. See you when I get there. So for this first tip, you want to try and find a location where the deer are going to winter at. So where you see them in the summer, is it going to be where they're in the winter shedding their antlers? So we came down on this lower ground instead of up in the mountains, because this is going to be more where they're shed at. Plus, the second tip is know where their feed is at. So if you go to this location and there's no sagebrush for them to eat, they're not going to be there. So make sure you're looking out for that.
So we're working our way up into where we want to do some shed hunting this afternoon, and I look across and I'm watching these tracks in the snow, and if you look closely, you zoom in on them, there's two beds right there. You can see the tracks leaving the beds going up, and there's actually a third one down there that's a little bit harder to see in the trees. There's two beds right there and a bunch of tracks, and the tracks leading out of them. So pretty sure there's I'm guessing a couple bull elk. That would be my guess by looking at the tracks and the beds. So somewhere up here, there's a couple bulls walking around. Just another shed tip. Look where they've been. They'll give themselves away. The story will be told by looking at their tracks and their beds. Here's another good tip. First thing is you gotta have some pretty good glass, right? And what I'm doing is, I know from past experience that the animals winter on this open side hill right here. There's none on it right now, but instead of taking the time to grid that whole thing off and walk it all, I'm gonna use my binoculars instead of using my feet and see if I can pick something out. I thought I had one picked out up there, but I think it's a stick. So I'm gonna look at it some more and see if I can't send one of the dogs up or something. But that's a good tip. Let your glasses do your walking for you instead of your feet. If it's area that you can see like this, another pretty good tip. Pickup, and he had probably 6 or 8 good-sized elk sheds in the back of it. So, and that's the last exit you can take. I mean, there's no other places except.
So you know there's something there.
Right, but I think he's in this area because otherwise that's the only way he could be getting back on the freeway. So I know he had to be somewhere in here. So, and I'm following a set of tracks in here, but I don't know who or why they're in there. They're from this morning, so we just gotta find them. They're either in here watching the bulls or he's exploring like we are. So it's this tip number 3, 4 for the day. Yeah, you want to try another thing that a lot of people don't think about is overcast and/or rain. It's a good time to hunt for sheds. The sheds just pop in the overcast. In the bright sunshine, they don't pop as much. But in the overcast they do, and in the rain they'll actually shine. You can actually catch the shine from, especially the fresh ones that have shed. The chalky ones not so much, but the fresh ones. So yeah, don't be scared to go out in the rain. You'll find more sheds in the rain and the overcast than in the sunshine. So maybe that's not something I should be telling everybody because it's kind of a little pocket secret I've had for a while. Anyway, go do it. You'll have fun. Goddamn pine tree that finally had met its demise from the fire. You think? Oh, yeah. You think it's dead? Or do you think it'll come back?
I don't think it's coming back.
Is that green shit burnt up there? I can't tell.
I got sunglasses on. I didn't bring my real prescription.
I'd like to know whether it's really.
Looks like it's the outside burnt.
Right, so I don't know if it's gonna. They might live. It's cool though, huh?
I bet it comes back.
I'd like to think it's going to.
You ever been to the big tree?
The big tree.
You've never been to the big tree?
I guess not.
Buffalo Bridge is a national monument thing. It almost looks like a redwood. Probably got 6 guys. This is a shit mountain view. It's not that hard to get up there. It's up the box school, right? It's not that far.
It's blowing good too. Instead of going down the way we came, it's going to be steep coming down, but we could get up here, side hill, go over the top of this and drop. Chances of finding a shed are a lot better.
True.
I think that one, our upper spring at our property runs close to that. That's good stuff right there.
Yeah.
Crystal clear and good.
Next tip, I like to. It's kind of like when you're shooting a rifle. You ever heard of aim small, miss small? So you want to pick out details, sticks that just look different. If you look broad, and antlers can really look like sticks, so you'll just miss them. But if you pay attention to the sticks, look small, then you'll miss less of them.
All right, last couple tips of today is one, cover some miles. You never know where they're going to be. You don't know where they're going to drop. You're going to have to put in the miles. But you can make the best of those miles if you kind of grid it out. You take a hillside and you can go up and come across, just grid it in a way that you're not just flying up the hillside and then skipping by stuff. Make sure you zigzag a lot, grid your way up, pay attention where you're going, keep looking down. Like I said, aim, just like shooting, aim small, miss small, but cover a lot of ground and grid off your side hills and grid your areas off. If not, if you just do it a straight line A to B, you're missing a lot of good stuff in there. Those horns can drop anywhere. I guess one last tip after that is you can find areas, what we call like pinch points, where they have to jump something, if they jump a fence or something like that. Those areas tend to be a little more productive. I found a few sheds on fence lines before. Other than that, patience and miles. That's your biggest friend right there, patience and miles. But a lot of boot leather on the ground.